Hello, and welcome, my Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your timeless true love read, Path of True Love read. Timeless, though, being recorded in February of 2021. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Hi. Hello, my Scorpios. I'm a lifelong Scorpio person. I've had them in my life since birth. My older brother Matthew is a Scorpio. I'm Mark. Had my parents stayed married, there would have been Luke and John. And what if they were girls? Questions, choices, shall we move on? Yes, let's. What we are doing here is a 12 card spread, 10 of which is a Celtic Cross, giving you sort of the GPS view of where you are on the path of true love. Now let me define the path of true love in case you're not familiar of it, though we're always sort of on it. It is the spiritual path, the hero's journey, the healer's journey, the artist's way, however you want to see your life path through the lenses of your relationships and the lessons and the healing and all that jazz inherent within, right? From the soul's perspective, it's all perfect, it's all contracted, you can't get it wrong, and from the human perspective, we're like, oh my God, are you crazy? I have no idea what's going on. So that's why I am here, to give you clues, tips, and hints. A GPS read, right? We're going to pull up, and Celtic Cross is great for that. It shows you at least one trajectory, right? Just like on GPS, you can take other routes, but at least this one gives you some narrative and some landmarks along the way, right? That's the best that divination can do, because they're never going to come right out and tell you what to do. It's all about free will, how you want to play as the soul, playing the role of the character of your personality in these, in all this. So let's get up in it. We're going to start with the Caroline Myss Archetype deck to get you 2 cards. The first one being you, so there's none of that divine masculine, divine feminine, which one am I deal. No. The first card down will be our Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. So cross watcher, you would be most likely the second archetype card down who crosses the Scorpio on the path of true love. Keep in mind, this could be any form of relationship, not necessarily sexual, romantic. And I have found that even if it's slightly hinted at sexual romantic in the YouTube version, the 12 cards, believe me, the other 16 to 18 cards that hit it in the extended really clarify one way or the other, and that's what that's for. So, yeah, we're going to put down 2 of these, the cover, the cross, the Scorpio who crosses them on the path, 10 of these, Daughters of the Moon, what a Celtic Cross, but what the experience of it is internal. That's what I use that deck for, the divine feminine aspect. More heart, throat, third eye, and crown, and then in the extended, we'll get the Mythic Tarot for the physical part of it, what it looks like from the outside looking in, or what's going on there in the physical world, right? Gotta leave something to get you to jump over to the extended on Vimeo.com. I love Vimeo.com. I got a lot of stuff up there. So, not just readings either. So, so let's do this. I think that's all the info you need, except the usual. It's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And some other business now. I'm doing tarot parties on my Facebook page, my Drawing the Circle Productions Facebook page. 10 participants each, doing them on Monday nights. There's links in the description box if you want to come tarot party with me. Looks like Monday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on until everybody gets read. It is a paid event. You paid to get a ticket and get a reservation, and it's Zoom format. And last time we had drinky poos, and I think this next time we're doing pajama party, but you never know what's going to happen, what else is going to come out of the circle of Drawing the Circle Productions. Okay, enough of that. Breathe. Both feet on the floor if you can do it. Focus on your breath if you will. And let's see the tea. Here we go. Nice deep breath. And I am plugged in. There we go. My collective pantheons of angels and archangels, goddesses and goddesses, ascended masters of true love, and the higher selves of all involved. 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, please. 1 card in clarity from the Caroline Myss Archetype deck. What is the dominant archetype in play for the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign? watching this video, receiving this reading, even if it's the cross watcher, sometimes these things flip around. We acknowledge that. So what is that dominant archetype? Well, we just got a bunch of them on the table. I wouldn't have taken it anyway. Those are very triggery anyway. So let's not hit the Scorps with too much first card down, although, you know, they might be ready for it. So yeah, who's the Scorpio? What is the dominant archetype at work for the Scorpio? On the path of true love, GPS read, February 2021, or timeless. Okay. Who crosses, we'll get there, who crosses their path on the path of true love, please, for the Scorpio Collective, February 2021, or timeless? I'm cheating. Oh, interesting pair here. You are, now don't get triggered by this. This is actually a really cool archetype. There's a tarot card named after it, the Fool. The Fool is actually the masculine family of archetypes. And I'll tell you this right off the bat, in the royal court system, the Fool is the only one who could get away with speaking truth to the king without being decapitated, right? So there's also the Holy Fool. It is very much relative to, though it is not tarot, I think the archetype stands. There's a certain thing about fearlessness here that we will look at in the light. And who crosses your path is the mentor. So wisdom family archetype, perhaps this is somebody taking the Scorpio under their wing. It's very possible. Again, this can be any form. It could be any form of relationship. This could be parent. This could be work. This could be. It absolutely could be a lover situation too. Let's look. Shadow attribute of the Fool archetype for you, Scorpio. Using humor to wound rather than liberate. Did I mention I have an older brother who's a Scorpio? Oh my God! You think my sense of humor is off? Whoa! He can intuitively pick which of your wounds or unarmored places are, and go for it. Right? And funny as fuck, my brother. He's funnier than I am. Denial of your emotional truth. Now for a Scorpio, come on. Come on. Denial of your emotional truth is what you guys are known for. Externally, what you go through inside, you know, you keep stuff hidden, and I understand that. I'm a Pisces moon, I get it. The light attribute, though, fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. I mean, that's very masculine energy. It's very much about, no, I can't show what I'm feeling, so laugh, clown, laugh, or, you know, that really thing of, this is how I feel. I mean, some of our best comics, political and otherwise, really do that. They unmask themselves when they do that, fearlessly revealing their emotions, their beliefs, their interior world, and making people laugh at the hypocrisy of it all. I don't know, I find it very healing, but masculine family archetype. Who's crossing your path is the mentor. The shadow attributes, inability to allow the students to move on to the role of master. I've been in that situation as the mentee, which I believe is the mentor-mentee. That's a fucking nightmare. A couple of times, I didn't even know what was going on. Imparting false instruction. So you get that, like a false mentor, a shadow mentor. But the light attribute, passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. Now, keep in mind, this may not be all student-teacher literal. That's the thing about archetypes. Sometimes if you go straight on, you don't see it. You got to kind of look at that. So, I mean, a mentor and a fool is better than a teacher and a fool, right? A mentor is different. It's usually one-on-one. It's not a classroom situation. I'm a teacher. I'm not a mentor. Have I taken people under my wing? No, I'm their witch. There's a difference, right? And people come to me, and it's so funny because I live in a place that's surrounded by trees, so it's sort of like they have to go find the witch's cottage, in my case, the witch's castle in the woods, right? So it's a different schemata here. The witch rarely takes somebody under their wing. Do you know what I'm saying? Unless it's an apprentice, and it would be similar here if that were the case. But I'm not getting the witch archetype here, which is also the wisdom family. But definitely could be somebody older. Right? Yeah, sometimes you can't help it. Just somebody comes along and the the urge to get under their wing or put them under yours, you know, take them under your wing, and it's literally drawn on the card here, which I think is quite a beautiful image there, right? Something, it's sacred, but is it? Right? It's a soul power, but is it being kept secret? Keep it secret, keep it safe. Daughters of the Moon Tarot, let's Celtic Cross this MFer. Breathe. Yes, indeed. My goddesses of water in the sign of Scorpio. Celtic Cross, 10 cards face down. Please show us, GPS, what's going on here on the path of true love for the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love. February 2021 are timeless, whether it's for the Scorpio who's watching this, receiving this reading, or the cross watcher, both. Remember, they're telling me that they can flip around, right? If you're the cross watcher, you might be the fool and then the mentor. It's just how this shit goes sometimes. So please, what is this? What's the heart, throat, third eye crown, the yin energy, the feminine energy on the path of true love for the Scorpio, which as a Scorpio, they're going to need to know more than anything else. So there, that is what covers the Scorpio with the Fool archetype, the Cross with the Mentor archetype. What is the core, what they're not necessarily aware of, what's going on beneath the surface for both of them, right, at this crossroads, right, who crosses them on the path. What's behind the Scorpio? What is behind the Scorpio? You felt like you wanted to pull out a couple of more than one there. What is crowning them? What is coming into being but not quite yet in form? What is before the Scorpio on the path, meaning sort of what's coming next, indication of end of chapter or beginning of chapter on path of true love. What is the lesson, right? What the gods, the angels, life itself, the path is trying to teach them on the path of true love. How is this being perceived, particularly heart, throat, third eye crown, from the outside looking in, as if the Scorpio were able to horizontally pull back and see this, feel this, perceive this, because it may not be physical eye stuff here, more third eye, throat, crown, and heart, please. That's on the, from the outside perceiving it, from the outside looking in. What is their fate and destiny here, their hopes and fears, the fate that they are handed, that they cannot change, but what can be hewn, drawn, learned, experienced from it by alchemizing the lead of fate into the gold of destiny. Definitely hero's journey kind of stuff. And lastly, what is the most probable possible outcome here in this particular timeline, quantum timeline of this lifetime, for this Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love, February 2021, or timeless. I gotta say, this does make sense. Scorpio, remember, I'm reading this for the Scorpio, even if you're cross-watching. You got the Fool archetype with the Six of Flames play, the Bastet card. Now, I know Six of Flames, Six of Wands usually is seen as a victory card or recognition of some kind, and that may be. But there's definitely a balance of fire here. There's this fun energy in you, and I'm really digging it. And it goes with that Fool. So are you ready perhaps to, if not fearlessly reveal emotion, fearlessly reveal desire? Now, there is a difference. Water and fire, emotion and desire, right? But, you know, you get them together, you can make some steam, right? You can boil that water. And that's very Scorpio. Remember, fixed water isn't just like swamp water or ice, right? It can be that subterranean hot spring that hasn't blown yet. Sorry. That was an unintended entendre. You've got here this mentor, the Ace of Blades, the Ace of Swords. New communication coming in, new idea coming in. Now, again, this is from the Scorpio's point of view. So how this feels, it might feel like there's something brand new, new thought. Here we have the Oracle of Delphi, the Sibyl. Hold your water, Sibyl. Huffing ethylene gas out the crack of a rock, saying stuff, prophesying, someone else writing it down, someone else translating it. That's how it worked, right? So something new coming in. Absolutely. I see it all the time on YouTube. Ace of Swords, truth coming in, cutting away the past as a result of truth, stepping forward. But really, if we look at it as a seed thought, perhaps even an inspiration, perhaps really even a vision, that there might be a real new thing about this mentor, perhaps them even delivering to you a new way of looking at things and new truth. But you're playful about it. This, you know, like in a night, honestly, in a classroom, that would be a fucking nightmare. as a teacher from a teacher's point of view, or, you know, if I wasn't interested in it, I wasn't a good student. I'm an autodidact. I taught myself because I just hated being under someone else's curriculum. There's a teacher for you, right? But this just doesn't necessarily feel like, for the majority of you, that this is an actual literal mentor-student relationship. What's going on here you don't realize? Well, Three of Blades in this deck is not heartbreak, it is focus. So there's a lot of air going on here already. Particularly, we've got a wisdom archetype here, right? The Fool, definitely a card of masculine communication, right? Even if it's slapstick, it's still communicating something about the hypocrisy of it all. Three of Blades here, that what you have in common perhaps is a common focus that you may not know about or realize yet. Maybe even a similar objective, but with air, it's really more about narrowing the field. Now, I get why in the Rider-Waite Tarot it's seen as broken heart and heartbreak. The swords pierce it, but the heart's not broken. Think about focus in terms of getting to the heart of the matter. I feel like that's what's really going on here. This mentor has some information for you, some wisdom to impart, some refinement of your character in the light attribute. Be aware of the shadow, right? They could be imparting false information or not wanting you to exceed them in some way, become the master yourself, a power dynamic that's really icky in a romantic situation. I will tell you that's why I don't date my students. Sorry. And I'm gay, ladies. Sorry. You can't tell. Check your gaydar, check the battery. That this may very well be an opportunity for perhaps both of you to get to the heart of the matter of something, and maybe in your individual lives. Like sometimes Path of True Love is you really meet a teacher and there's no necessarily intimacy there. And with the Ace of Blades, with a mentor, I think this is probably more intellectual, right? Someone that you are learning something from, but maybe at a certain point in your life, and maybe still, has taken you under the wing. Where are you coming from? You know, you go from the Six of Cups to the Six of Flames here. So whatever this is, I feel like you do know this person. I mean, Six of Cups is traditionally the nostalgia card. You have a past with this person. It may not be romantic, sexual, but it's certainly balanced. This is the card of compassion, an equal giving and taking of compassion. This does not feel like a hot mess at all. It feels actually really like warm bath water, right? With that balance here. And I don't know, I feel like if you really go for this, you're going to really get to the heart of the matter of things in your life that may involve way more than this relationship. It's just a feeling that I get, because the mentor archetype, in order for a mentor to be a healthy mentor, they just can't have knowledge. They have to have wisdom to impart, which means they had to have lived it, right? So that's why when people talk about life coach, I'm like, I'm not your life coach. I'm your witch, all right? I don't expect you to walk the same path that I've got. Don't do what I did, right? But I can tell you through what I've been through. I know a shamanic descent when I see one, and I know a dark night of the soul when I see one, and they're not the same thing, but you can have a shamanic descent during a dark night of the soul, right? That's why people come to me, right, for readings, because obviously I've lived through it. I'm 52, and I know I don't look it. Thank you, Scorpio or Crotch Watcher. Thank you, Real Housewives of Tarot. I fucking adore her. I'm like tempted to watch other signs that I don't even have or know, you know. Guys, you're moving forward. What crowns you is the Seven of Flames. This is the victory card. So here, in the present, you've got the Six of Flames. Here's the Seven of Flames. There is victory here for you. Like I said, in other decks, the Six of Wands is the victory card. In this deck, it is the Seven. Galloping on cooling lava. That underground, the lava is going in the same direction that you are galloping. I don't know, whatever this is, it seems like an awful lot of fun. I mean, obviously in the extended, this could be, you know, hot mess extravaganza. But I feel like if you don't jump over to the extended, then what's here is what you need to know. But if you are pulled, particularly a water sign, then it will get you more. No one has complained about my extended reads. So now, this just means a decision, right? Like a life-changing decision. You got the Lovers. Look, reason, season, or lifetime. I have to say, this now feels romantic. But with a Fool and a Mentor, you have to be very, very careful of that. And I'll say it this way, teacher-student dynamic, right? Now, again, if roles are reversed here and you're the mentor and you have the thing, you have to really be careful with that. That is a power dynamic that does not organically work well in a romantic sexual relationship if this is indeed what this is. Now, again, if you're identifying as that masculine family archetype of the Fool, it feels like you're the one who's going to take the action here. It's the masculine family, where this mentor could easily be a divine feminine. Now, that's not really what these reads are about. We all have masculine and feminine energy here. But this is the balancing and the bringing together of the, at least internally, the alignment and balance of the masculine feminine energy. In other words, making wise, divine masculine, loving, divine, feminine decisions, choices, head, heart, throat, third eye, heart, and crown. And the throat is what makes the decision. That either spit, swallow, or chew, right? Whatever you're going to do, and this isn't just a choice. And this feels, like I was saying, bath water. There they are. They're underwater. This is the Aphrodite card. It says it on the card, Aphrodite. Sweet and flighty, runs around in a see-through nightie. Ooh, Scorpio, you better work. You better work, because this feels like, here's your vacation, here's your reward, here's whatever it is. What's your lesson here? Your lesson has to do with security. The Four of Pentacles, what you're holding on to out of insecurity. Just will say that because you've got the Fool here using humor to wound rather than liberate. Denial of your emotional truth, and certainly the image from the Rider-Waite, that whole thing of holding is like covering your heart. Like, I get that your security, are you learning about your worth here? What are you holding on to here? There's something. Well, I mean, certainly it can come from fear, but this can also be your lesson to say that you are enough. You have what you need here. Now, I love this card. It's for women in a tribal region, right? Going to the communal well with their urns, their urns, let's just say water urns, right? Their jugs, their clay jars. Just don't cancel me over it. Just pick the word you want there, in order to bring it back to what? Nourish and cleanse and bless their families with it. Something of value here, but there's this emotional element in this Earth card here that I'm just saying, yeah, I get. You might very well be playing your emotions on the down low here, so to speak, so that you know what you're feeling. But I feel like there's something of value here. Whatever it is that you're feeling, like, it's okay if you don't reveal it. I don't mind emotional privacy, except I'm Leo rising, so it's not like I have a choice. It flies out my mouth when I work, how I'm feeling, right? I'm pretty upfront about that as a Virgo, too. But as a Scorpio, I get it. It's like, that's your purview. That's your bailiwick. It's like, I'm going to really feel that. I'm going to deal with this, but are you actually feeling it? Are you repressing it? Because there is great value in here somewhere of something that you are holding on to. I feel that. Let's keep going. What is this? How is this perceived from the outside? And the reason why I say perceived, it's called the card of the position of the world, from the outside looking in. But this is the heart, throat, third eye, crown part of it. Strength card. Scorps. Scorps. Now, you've only got one other major arcana card here, and it's the Lovers. And with the Leo card, I was just saying, Leo rising, how this kind of feels energetically from the outside looking in is, yeah, it's going to take courage and strength, but it is strong. Whatever this connection is should not be ignored. It should be embraced. And yes, what I love about this image is the enchantress here is really a huntress, and she's walking along with a lioness, but with her hand, like, gently, like you just walk. It's like, hi, sweetheart, right? Companions. That she hasn't caged the lioness, which is caging your stuff, right? Your heart stuff, your emotions, your passion, all that stuff. And again, we've got this fire element in here. Could be your passion as well. You don't cage it so it dies, but you don't let it rip you apart and eat you alive either. You walk with it. You essentially learn to ride it and to move with it, to channel that. I call it the grace of fortitude, right? So This feels really, really good. What's their destiny here? The High Priestess. All right, so part of you, this is the path of true love for you. There's a mystery here. Now, absolutely, it speaks of follow your intuition, but not just your intuition. I'm going to say really here, your spirit. There's something here about what is a priest or a priestess, considering I used to be a priest and a high priest, good goddess almighty, never again, the clergy times. You are a vessel through which the divine works, and sometimes without your even knowing it. That there is a divine setup here. This is a chessboard, what's going on here. You will learn your lessons here, but I don't feel like it's a hardship. I feel like, yes, it's going to really take some courage, but this is the hero's journey of the path of true love. Whatever this is, the divine is involved. And as I'm looking at where are the 3 cards, you'll see it in the picture, the thumbnail, where are the 3 major arcana cards with possibly a 4th. They're in the future, right? What's before you on the path, from the outside looking in, and your fate. How do you hewn destiny from your fate right now? And it is by faith. It is by following intuition, and it's a perfect triad. Bloop, right there, all clumped together. Outcome, don't you want to know? Most likely outcome. Now, don't freak. People hate this card, but 10 of Blades in this deck is not betrayal. In fact, quite the opposite. This is the rattle, the passing of the talking stick, the rattle, getting all the pieces of the puzzle on the table. This is mental resolution. Now, I will say, to go from the Ace of Blades with this person crossing you to the 10 of Blades, the experience of it is that it can even be that aha moment that just then starts the next cycle of air, the Ace of Blades coming around again. It does feel like there's some real truth this mentor is bringing into you. Now, I do get the feeling, even if this person is a teacher, this is way too personal. Just be careful. If you're like a student, oh my God, fooling around with the mentor, fooling around, just be very, very, very careful. Yeah, there is, you have to be honorable in this, I'm just going to tell you. I'm just going to tell you. Why? Because you got the card of the Strength card, and it is a life-changing decision here. You're going to have to listen to both your head and your heart, but it's going to be a little hard to do that if you are repressing what you're really feeling emotionally here, rather than allowing it to have a voice, at least within yourself. You don't have to share that with everybody. But there is some healing here, and it does feel like, resolution will come. Now, every tarot card is neutral. There's a scale of lead to gold, positive to negative, fear to love, however you want to scale that for yourself. Really, you can scale it, all of that stuff. With what else is on the table here, I'm not feeling, this is not a jackknife, right? Jackknife, right? It's just not, it's not a hot mess. It's a warm bath. It feels really lovely. And remember, there is victory crowning here. So I'm going to say, I don't know exactly what's going on here. Again, general reads. That's the hard part about me. I'm a Virgo. I like precision. I like the detail. I want to know. But I'm looking forward to doing the extended to really see what this looks like. And again, just to let you know, we're using 10 other tarot cards, Mythic Tarot, to look at what does this look like in form and physical tangibility from the outside looking in, or some aspect of it. Then we're going to get the Crystal Oracle, the Whispers of Love Oracle, the Kuan Yin Oracle, the Healing Mantra deck, right? There's just a lot of cards. Blue Angel Oracle, Lover's Oracle, Healing with the Angels. So, and I'm even going to get you at the very end what this fool, if they could, what they would say to this mentor, and this mentor, if they really could, what they would say to the fool. And I'm going to give you the best that I got. Give you a little Anita Baker, a little slice of the Anita Baker there. I tell you now, and I'll take a vow, I'm giving you the best that I got for this, because this is worth really going deeper into. So anyway, may the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need on the path of true love, with the Fool archetype that they're alchemizing from lead to gold, dealing with this Mentor archetype, really play, and the Sybil, the Ace of Blades. May what comes in, this truth that comes in, really help them get to the heart of the matter that maybe neither one of them have really contemplated this way before. Really coming from this warm, equal give and take in the past of emotion and compassion. There's definitely a strong emotional bond here, between these two, and that they may both incarnate victory, not just for one of them, for both of them, moving forward with great excitement and great passion, and perhaps even recognition here that leads this Scorpio to this lover's decision, life-changing, that they may keep in mind that though it might look like a choice, sometimes it's life-changing. You can't always tell the scope until hindsight is 2020, so that they really learn their lesson about what they cherish, what they hold, what they value, as well as what they are protecting, as well as what perhaps they are repressing, that all of that is of value to them and part of this lesson. Something perhaps that it's either out of insecurity or out of keeping something secure, that there is something of great value here for them, that they really, from the outside looking in, can approach this with courage, with fortitude, knowing that the emotions, the tide might be high, but they're holding on because this one might be their number one. Particularly keeping in mind that there is something divine at foot here with the High Priestess in the fate and destiny. They're not allowed to really know, but their intuition, they are being given clues, tips, and hints, as any hero would in alignment with the divine, that lends them, at least in their experience, of real resolution, real every piece of the puzzle on the table, a real wisdom integrated, at least mentally, getting that larger picture, the GPS view perhaps of something that they needed to get to the heart of the matter of anyway. Whether this relationship, whether this is a reason, a season, or the rest of their lifetimes, may they help each other heal, grow, learn, and become the best that they can be for the well-being of all. So mote it be. And so it is. Rather long prayer, but I think I crossed a lot of T's and at least dotted most of the I's there. So look, if you liked it, thumbs up, like it. Want more, subscribe. Want to comment? Please do. And I would love to, I am so curious. I have Neptune in Scorpio. It's not Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, and practically all the Generation Xers do. So I'm not so worried about that. But yeah, this feels a little second chakra. I want to find out what happens next. Why? Because I'm a Virgo, and I can be a little bit nosy, and really it's one of the best qualities in witches, is that they're like, what's that about over there? It's how we become witches, essentially. Anyway, wishing you all the very best and the very blessed on the path of true love, my Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. I hope this helped, and if you want more, certainly jump over to the Vimeo as well. This should be an interesting extended read. Wishing you the very best and the very best, the very best and the very blessed. Keep it alphabetical mark on the path of true love, my darling Scorpios. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.